Tim Chagru.
How you doing, folks?
Well, okay, no response there, Timmy. I heard some crickets there. Oh well, it's good. Okay, we got a lot.
Yeah, we got a busy show
this week. Yeah,
this week big week in sports.
Definitely a big week in sports. Starting off with Super Bowl. You know, the ads are always a big deal in the Super Bowl, aren't they?
Oh yeah,
the ads are always huge.
Sometimes more fun to watch the commercials than the actual
thing. Yeah, no. And Timmy, there's 3 commercials we picked out as kind of our favorites of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The Budweiser one. Now that one I kind of wasn't particularly fond of because they talked about how it had been around forever, all this stuff, and they're toting their stuff.
There's our first call-in.
First call-in already, but we don't take those to the bottom half of the show, people.
Then we'll release the number and be good to go.
Be good to go. No, the Budweiser ad was kind of one of those that they toted how they've been around forever and things like that, and I'm going, yeah, show the Cardinals though.
Yeah.
AB's been in St. Louis for its entire history. Mm-hmm. And I'm going, why aren't you showing the Cardinals?
Yeah.
They're showing the Giants, but not the Cardinals. I think that's what got me the most was they were showing the Giants.
As a St. Louis native, it kind of
it kind
not
of
rubbed you the wrong way, but
I was a little butthurt over it,
Yeah.
For lack of a better term there, of course.
Feel a little butthurt over Budweiser's
little
representation
bit
of St. Louis.
Little butthurt, but no, there were 3 that were kind of our favorites out of it all. We'll start with the Slam Stand commercial. This was a commercial that was aired only in St. Louis by one of the lawyers from Brown and Crouppen.
Yeah.
This one is hilarious.
I'm Terry Crouppen. You know my hometown, St. Louis. We were loyal to our football team. We bought their tickets, wore their jerseys, drank their overpriced beer. We cheered them year after losing year. And in return, they trashed us, then left us. Stan, you're worth $8 billion. That's not enough? Well, here's some free advice. Just because it's legal and you're rich enough to do it, that doesn't make it right.
He owned Stan.
Savage.
Yep, no kidding. And the hashtag off of that was #SlamStan.
Yeah.
Hence the reason it's called the Slam Stan commercial.
That was definitely my favorite of the
No, definitely.
Favorite of the bunch.
And it stinks. I was watching it online through a live stream, so I didn't get to see this until after the Super Bowl. Now, I'm sure you were watching on KMOV, weren't you?
Yeah, because it came on, the guy, I have no idea who that guy is.
Right, you're not from St. Louis.
Yeah. And then once he starts getting into the thick of the commercial or the message, I thought that was
you start
the funniest
figuring out
commercial.
it's about Stan. Yeah, that was a great commercial. Now, there was another one too, the heroin commercial. Last year they did one. They really did an upbeat song to it. That's how you OD'd on heroin, and I'm going not appropriate.
Yeah, it was a little uncomfortable.
This year though, I feel it was a lot better. It was a lot better executed. Now, I mean, we're not going to play it on the air. It's really a little bit longer, but it's
and
kind
all you can really hear on the air is just
all you can hear is the audio. See, the reason we did the Slam Stand on it, that's all it was. It was just Terry Crouppen talking.
Yeah.
That's why it worked.
But the visuals of the heroin one
made a lot more sense. Same with the Doritos one, too. I mean, that one was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Doritos one was really funny.
Yeah, they did. And there were a lot of, I don't know. All in all, there were a lot of, really good commercials throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, this year was pretty good with, I wouldn't say this year was the best ever with commercials, but the Doritos always does good in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, there's all the
last few years they've been doing
and
amazing.
Budweiser typically does have some,
They have the Clydesdales in there typically.
I know.
They didn't do the Clydesdales this year, and I was kind of
a little upset. That's why everybody loves, looking forward to the Doritos ones and the Clydesdales. I feel like.
Well, and you know what? They always run their warning track during opening day.
Yeah.
Which actually 3 days till pitchers and catchers report for spring training for the Cardinals. Yep,
all right.
3 days.
Starting to get into it.
Oh yeah, we're starting to get into it. I can't wait for the season to start. And Timmy.
Oh.
If we don't have classes during opening day,
we're
gonna watch it again.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. That was
you loved it last year.
Oh
didn't
yeah,
you?
that was really cool. That was definitely the coolest. I've been to being from Ohio. I've been to a couple Cincinnati Reds opening day, and those are pretty cool because they have a pretty rich history as well. But the just the whole ceremony they do for the Cardinals opening day.
And then they bring out the legends. They bring out. They introduce the whole team.
And everybody's just clapping, clapping the whole time. Just
we're cheering. We're standing up, dancing, and clapping to the Budweiser theme of all things.
Yeah.
Only in St. Louis, and that tradition dates back to Gussie, August Busch Jr.
Really?
Who paid for the building that we're in now, the Busch Student Center. It's named after him, and that's why we do. When you say St. Louis, you said it all. That dates back to Gussie too.
Yeah.
Remember we do that during Billiken games.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Tribute to Gussie, yeah. No, it's really cool. St. Louis has a long, rich history with Anheuser-Busch.
Oh, yeah. Which is why, how we were just talking, this Super Bowl, Budweiser didn't really show out for their
and that's kind of why I didn't like the AB InBev merger in the first place.
Yeah.
They took a family company that spared no expense and made it kind of, how much money can we squeeze?
A global, and how much that they weren't always, a huge corporation, but
AB was the biggest employer in St. Louis pre InBev.
Yeah, but then it sort of became, more than a St. Louis thing.
Right. And that
which
kind
is
of,
where
like
those feelings might kind of,
they're selling Grant's Farm, right?
Grant's Farm.
It's this I wouldn't say a theme park. It's kind of more just a nature preserve.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they have made it more into a theme park, but there's no rides or anything. It's out in I want to say South County.
Oh, really? So in the St. Louis area?
Oh, yeah, it's a St. Louis thing. It's a St. Louis thing. And then AB's owned it forever. And now, last I saw the zoo, there's Billy Bush, who's related to the Bush family.
Yeah.
Is trying to buy it along with the St. Louis Zoo. They're trying to buy it too.
Oh,
so it's two different people competing to buy it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out too. That's a St. Louis icon.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Grant's Farm.
Yeah, but no, there's a Super Bowl. We've been doing Super Bowl was really interesting. It was kind of a punt contest in a way.
Yeah, it was.
For a while, it was a punt contest.
For a little bit, it seemed like there wasn't anything but the commercials. It was.
I know, it was just punt.
Yeah, almost. I mean,
it was 4 and out.
Yeah.
Or 3 and out. 3 and out. My bad. 3 and out.
Because fourth is
a punt.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a fun game to watch. Being two great teams.
Yeah, and
two great defenses showcasing.
That's why I love
their max.
That's why I
potential.
love being a neutral person in this game. Yeah, it's always fun to be a neutral party watching these games.
Yeah, I was leaning towards the Panthers just because I like Cam Newton. I'd like to see him do well.
Do you like him anymore?
I am still a Cam Newton fan after his press conference, personally.
Which we're going to talk more about.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But the game itself was, you have the reigning MVP or the current MVP versus arguably the best quarterback to play the game, and their stats. Cam Newton completed 18 of 41 passes for 265 yards, which 265 yards is a decent,
Yeah, that's decent. And then Peyton he was 13 out of 23 with 141 yards.
The whole Broncos team didn't even break 200 yards of total offense.
I know, and yet they even though the Panthers had 265 yards just from passing from Newton.
But he had the one defense. Interception. Yeah, I know. He had two fumbles.
Both had a pick.
Both had a pick. Yeah. His stats weren't good, but even looking past his stats, he had, both quarterbacks played pretty poorly for being on, and you're on such a big stage. Manning's been there before.
Yeah, so that's why Manning was a little more, kind of, he seemed like he knew a little bit more how to handle it and what to do.
But he just got, torn apart by the defense. But
yeah, oh my gosh, the Broncos defense. I was watching my Twitter feed during the game, and a lot of people were tweeting, give the MVP to the entire Broncos defense.
Yeah, honestly.
And Von Miller did end up getting it.
Because he led it. He had, I don't know, probably like 4 or 5 sacks on him.
I know. I think he may have had 2.5
sacks.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Though. Von Miller did amazingly. I mean, the whole Broncos defense did great.
Yeah, they tore apart
the Panthers.
Tore apart the Panthers and tore apart arguably at this the best quarterback of the year, the one who won MVP in Cam Newton. And they just made him look silly out there. He couldn't get anything going.
And what was interesting was starting off, ESPN has this win probability thing.
Yeah.
And starting out, it was a what was this? Very early in the first, they had a 56% win percentage for Carolina.
Really? So they probably just kind of started.
And then ever since then, it kind of dropped off. It did peak back up.
Because I don't think they had a lead. I think the Broncos had the first score.
It peaked back up. It did peak backed up. It peaked back up. When did it peak back up? Looks like 10 minutes left in the second quarter. It peaked again, but then after that, it dropped back, and it never favored Carolina again.
Really?
It was always favoring Broncos after that. So only 2 times in the game did it favor Carolina.
It was at the beginning, and then a little bit in the second quarter.
Yeah, 5 minutes into the second quarter.
Yeah, but just for a bit.
Yeah. So it was good, though. I mean, it was a good game. Like I said,
it was fun to watch.
I loved watching the defensive stuff. I mean, it was a really good defensive battle.
I think, I went into the game expecting, hoping, maybe not expecting, Cam Newton to come out with his, high-powered intensity. And you're looking at the Broncos team, when you have Manning being a great quarterback, has so many threats downfield to throw to. I could have had the potential to be such a high-scoring game, but there was just no offensive production and they're probably two of the best defenses in the league as well, and they just showcased that talent when it mattered the most.
No, definitely. It was a good game to watch. Now, Timmy, you still like Cam Newton even after his outburst during the press conference?
Absolutely. I think, and I've talked pretty extensively on what happened with, especially my dad. And my dad is very steadfast on he made the wrong decision. And maybe he didn't make the right decision by walking out, but he was getting dogged by the press afterward. And the question that he walked out on, I think, was like, before the game, you went into this talking about how your team is you're a band of brothers. And so not only for you, I'm not asking how disappointed you are, I'm asking how disappointed the locker room is. And I think that's a little,
That's a little inflammatory. I mean,
if someone asked me that after I had the worst game of my season on the biggest stage after winning MVP, I would look, and he said, "I'm done, man," and walked out. I think, he probably could have handled it better.
He could have handled it a little bit better, yeah.
But he stuck with his word even afterward, they say.
You know what really interesting? I go on YouTube and look at random videos every now and then.
Yeah.
We all do. Anyway, though, I was looking at one, Tony Stewart, who actually is retiring after this season from NASCAR.
Really?
I know. We're going to be, and once the season starts, we'll cover it back up pretty soon. Actually, the Budweiser Shootout's not too long from now.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's next week or something.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we'll have to start.
Week. Yeah, we'll start covering NASCAR again a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to cover it as much as we have in years past.
But it's still it's still very relevant.
Yeah, no.
But
what's interesting about the Tony Stewart anyway, a reporter asked him something like what's going on with this and this and this, and then Tony says, you know what, I'm worried about running the race. I don't worry about stuff like that. And Dale Earnhardt Jr., it was something stupid. Something, in my opinion, is stupid. Those reporters on the sidelines during football games that ask, "How do you feel right now, Coach?"
They're losing by like 14 points at halftime, and they go up. So, Coach, what happened in the first half? They scored more points than us. We're going to come out in the second half and try to do better.
We're going to start sportsing better.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's the thing. Questions like that I think those are kind of pointless questions in a way.
Yeah.
And so, a reporter asked Tony Stewart that question. He says, only you worry about that stuff. I worry about trying to win." And Dale Earnhardt Jr. sitting there trying not to laugh as Tony gives that response.
But it's probably,
it's a true response, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why Dale's trying not to laugh.
Yeah, because everybody's thinking
he's agreeing with Tony.
If you win, you want to, and so if you win, you want to be on the, on the stand because, you're thrilled, you're happy, you've got all the adrenaline, you just won the Super Bowl. And so I get that, but if you lose, you're not thinking. I like what he said about, people calling him a sore loser, but he said, I'm a sore loser because I'm a winner. I don't want to lose, and so when I lose, I get mad. Which I think that was the best thing he could have said about it. I completely agree with him. So more power to you, Cam.
Yeah, no. See, and I hadn't watched it really that much either. I was kind of, I went to watch Super Bowl and I went back, had to finish the homework up. It's hard being a meteorology major,
Yeah, especially on a busy Sunday night.
Definitely.
It already takes up like probably more than 3 hours of your night.
Yeah, and we said, Von Miller got MVP.
Yeah.
There's really nothing to discuss there. I mean, he just
had a phenomenal game.
Phenomenal game, yeah. Yeah, just phenomenal game by that. Timmy.
Yeah.
What else are we looking here? Marshawn Lynch is going to be retiring after 9 seasons.
Yeah.
He tweeted a picture during the game of his cleats hanging up on, I want to say, an electrical wire or something.
Yeah.
I don't have the pictures you've got, Timmy.
He's of the.
I don't have these pictures in my side here. We're both on our laptops here, and I guess Timmy has a different link than I do or something because I'm not seeing them.
That's odd.
I know why I'm not seeing it now. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to look at Timmy's screen here.
But yeah, he tweeted like 8:46, so probably right after the game ended.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was about that.
Picture of his cleats hanging on. Yeah, it looks like
looks like an electrical.
You seen
wire.
Like Mike, that movie? Oh, it was an old movie.
I've seen. That's happened in my town.
Shoes
actually.
hanging on that.
Shoes hanging off the electrical wire.
Yeah,
I've seen that before. Timmy, I'm not completely sheltered.
It looks like that, and then he's got in his caption or his
his
tweet is a peace
sign. Yeah. So like saying peace out, you know.
Which I think, I mean, 9 years. You look at some NFL players who play till they're like, especially running backs. Marshawn Lynch gets, you know, just brutally beaten every time he touches the ball. That after 9 seasons, he's already probably got to be facing some long-term injuries. But
yeah, definitely.
You look at some people, running backs that play 15 seasons.
See, we actually talked about that last week, you know.
Yeah, when they're 45 years old, you know, a few years after retiring, their life is, he's still going to be able to function as a, you know, he's going to be able to live a normal life after retirement. So I think he made the right decision.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm with you on that one.
And had a great career, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, now granted, he kind of, you know, let's just say, you know, was it last year Seattle played in the Super Bowl? Was it 2015?
Yeah.
He, you know, he had that, you know, that comment that got everybody fired up.
Yeah. And he's another one that's always been, you know, with the press a little touchy. He just doesn't like to talk to him at all. What was his I
can't remember the comment, and that's the thing. That's what happens.
He asked him a question, and yeah, I can't remember, but he just had the same response to everything. I don't know, I think that was a good way to go out. And I would say he's definitely in the argument. It's early, he's only been retired for a week, but he's definitely going to be talked about as a 5 years from now when they start you know, start to look at the ballot. He'll be a Hall of Famer, I bet.
Another retirement, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, just announced, because it was the
when was
this was All-Star. The All-Star break was this weekend, and I think because this was, you know, he came out and said this was his last All-Star break, and he's
Timmy. Is there a particular reason why this says November 30th, 2015 on it?
November. So this is an old link, but
it's an old link, yeah.
But then, because he also, so I pulled up the wrong link, but this he talked about because this most recent, I guess we're on Sunday, so this weekend was the All-Star break, and
so he talked about it again.
I think the actual East versus West game, I think it's tonight, but yeah, and he just was talking about how, you know, he's kind of reflecting back on his career, and he's another one that's no doubt.
Yeah,
Kobe, no doubt a Hall of Famer.
No, Kobe. Yeah, Kobe's a good guy.
Yeah, he's up there. Only player in NBA history to play 20 seasons with one franchise. He's been on the Lakers forever, and he's had, besides, I mean, now he's kind of started to. He's definitely on his decline.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about that. But he has had just one of the best careers ever. He might be the best Laker to ever play. You can make that argument. He's up there with who, like Kareem, Magic Johnson. I mean, this Shaq.
when I think of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you know what I think of?
Airplane.
Yep.
That movie's awesome.
Yep. Roger Murdoch.
Yeah.
You try dragging those two guys up and down the court for 30 minutes.
What's the?
I forgot the guys' names, but you get the idea. I forgot who the guys were he was talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. But
it was funny, though. That little kid. Hey, you're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Airplane, you should all go out there and watch that. That is an awesome movie.
It's so funny. Like, we reference that all the time, Timmy.
Yeah. Both being aviation nerds.
Yeah. I am serious. Don't call me Shirley.
Yeah.
Famous line ever. We're going to move on to this past week. This happened, we didn't have a show last week, so it's kind of, you know, bringing up some really old news.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I really think this is some big news, because we've been talking about this for the last few weeks.
This isn't the first.
This isn't the first time we talked about it. Harry Statham, the head coach of McKendree, has passed Pat Summitt's all-time NCAA win record.
78 years old in his 50th season
at McKendree, where he actually graduated from.
And now he's got.
I think he has 1,100 now, because I think he's won since then. This was
when he broke it.
He broke it.
The win to break it was the 1099.
So I think he has 1,100 now.
But that was
And for that, Statham gets the. Yep, he gets a fireball this week.
No doubt about that. That's incredible.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody ever thought Pat Summitt's record would be passed.
No, all-time leading, or all-time. And it's not D1, but still the all-time
seeing it counts,
college basketball wins.
It's all NCAA.
Yeah, exactly. That's I don't know much about. I mean, it's just a small school.
Mm-hmm. Actually, a friend of mine from Bethalto plays there.
Really?
Yeah.
Plays
basketball.
Basketball there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. That would be something that'd be the coolest thing.
He went on Twitter and he posted a video from the locker room after the win.
Really?
Everybody's going nuts. They were having a good old time.
That would be one of the coolest things to be a part of.
No kidding. Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Because that record might never get broke.
And remember, he's still coaching, so any win subsequent, he just keeps building the record. He just keeps padding it and even more.
And with he doesn't look like he's gonna
be gone anytime soon.
Yeah.
Now the question, he won't be gone anytime soon. But the question is Jeff Fisher going to be done coaching the now LA Rams?
He's obviously no longer the St. Louis, because I think, how long was he been in St. Louis?
Yeah, I mean Fisher was in St. Louis. I don't know how long,
but a few years, and now he's, I think, he finished like 7-9, maybe
something like that. Yeah, I mean we were close to a winning record.
Yeah, he's never done absolutely.
Yeah, 7-9 was the record this year.
Okay, but now I think, and I was reading something. A lot of people are thinking that since Kroenke, they're making all these huge changes to the franchise as a whole, moving a very controversial move from St. Louis to LA. That if they're looking to get rid of their head coach, they don't know if they want to clean house all in one transaction, essentially, which I don't know. I would think moving to a different demographic, getting a different start would just be a clean slate. That it would almost be a better decision to just get rid of him, Yeah,
when did we hire Jeff Fisher? That's the question.
Looks like, here, 2012. So 2012, 7-8, and a tie, 7-9, 6-10, 7-9. But I think
he had, and the thing was, the Rams were really fighting back in the 2015 season. They were proving to St. Louis they wanted to stay.
This most recent, yeah.
I mean, we kept selling out the dome.
Yeah, and and
that's that's what Terry Crouppen said in his Slam Stand ad. It's just sad, It's sad to see the Rams go.
$8 billion isn't enough.
Yeah. Whatever. Oh well. On some lighter news now, there it was the 8th. So when would the 8th have been? To me, that's a week ago yesterday.
Monday?
Actually. Wait, hold on. I can't do the. Yeah, it would have been a week ago tomorrow. Yeah, week ago tomorrow. Yeah. Vladimir Tarasenko, one of the Blues. I don't know. I forgot what position he is, but Tarasenko is one of our players. Tarasenko gave this 11-year-old his stick after the game, and the kid went down and gave it to an even younger fan.
Yeah, that's. I wish we could show, a visual of that.
I know, I wish we could. No, it's
on
just
the radio.
It was awesome. He was caught on camera wearing a Jory Lahetra jersey, but once everyone know he's also a big Tarasenko fan. It's funny though, but no, that's cool though that he did that. He did that. I mean that shows
fan. And Tarasenko. Yeah, obviously that's pretty cool.
No, yeah, I mean, well, like I said, the Blues and the Cardinals are dedicated to St. Louis, and they love the fan base.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what happens when you go to a Cardinal game and you sit and in the right section, you can actually snag a foul ball or something.
Yeah.
That's the thing, It's always easy to snag a foul ball. I mean, heck, I've got one I caught one time at
really?
Not Busch, but over at
Gateway.
Gateway Grizzlies GCS ballpark over in Sauget.
Yeah,
Sauget or Sarge, depending on how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
If my stepdad's listening, it's Sauge, not Sauget.
Yeah, I've yet to go into those games too, but I've heard those are pretty fun.
Yeah, they are, but the problem is they aren't in season. Only in season in the summer.
Yeah, which is obviously we're not in.
Right, we're not both in St. Louis at that time.
Yeah.
Oh well, but no, yeah, we'll have to do that sometime in the future if we ever get the opportunity to.
Yeah, we need to come up with our list. We got to get a cards game. We got to
go up in the Arch sometime.
We got to go up in the Arch, do the flight, do the softball, basketball. Yeah. We'll come up with a whole spiel.
Don't worry. BT Sports is going to be doing some BT Sports outings in the future.
No doubt about it.
Tim and I will be sitting here talking about them.
Yeah,
including that
recap,
that flight, which details are yet to come on that flight.
Yeah, but we got to figure that out.
We definitely got to figure that out. It's going to be pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Back to some more, kind of sad news. Former Mets closer Jen, I can't pronounce the name, Timmy. Jenry Mejia, I think it's Mejia. He became the first player in MLB history on Friday to earn a lifetime ban for performance-enhancing drugs.
Not something you want to get
I know. I'm sitting here thinking,
remembered for.
How stupid can you be?
I want to say his fourth.
This was his third offense.
His third offense? Okay.
Hang on,
and every time it was like,
linking him with Pete Rose, and we all know Rose has a lifetime ban.
Yeah, that's no.
I'm trying to figure out how many times has he violated it.
It's either 3 or 4, and every time it's
yeah.
The first infraction is maybe a 60 game suspension, then a 90, then a 160, a 162 rather. And then it must just be.
I mean, well, that's like that Cardinals closer who's going through it right now.
Oh yeah,
like I said,
it's the same
thing.
Performance
I think he's had no. Well, it was for marijuana, and I think it was his second offense.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I think the drug policy is the same for any type of drug.
As long if it's just a banned substance.
Yeah, a banned substance.
MLB banned.
Yeah,
substance.
MLB banned.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just sad,
Yeah. But it's become. I mean, it's such a huge part of the game now that it's
that they got to be careful about it.
But you hear these people, that are using these performance enhancing drugs, and it's not even surprising. It's
right.
But if you hear someone is definitely, I don't know how you can confirm it, but is definitely not using performance enhancing drugs, it's almost admirable that they're playing the game how it's supposed to be played, Right,
and that's what every Cardinal knows, Everybody on the Cardinal way.
Yeah, the Cardinal way.
That's the thing. I mean, everybody's talked about Big Mac because he did use performance enhancing drugs, but they weren't illegal at the time he used them.
Oh, is that right?
That's why he'll never get into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark McGwire, for those of you who aren't Cardinal fans.
Mm-hmm.
We all called him Big Mac in town.
He was when it started to come out surface with him, he was one of the first
people that were
him, Sosa, Bonds, when it all started to surface that
Barry Bonds
they might have been using. That's when the whole now it comes out of everybody, not even baseball, that steroids, HGH, or whatever it might be, are just being abused in sports.
It's just sad, that sort of thing has to happen. Back to some hockey news. Marty Brodeur, who was one of the all-time leading goalies in NHL history, and he was with us. Actually, it's with our front office now.
Oh yeah,
they kept with the front office, and I think Brett Hull, who was one of our greats
absolutely.
Back in the day, he's with our front office now too.
Which we've talked about that
and
extensively.
Like Jim Edmonds, he's with the front office for the Cardinals, and everybody knows him as Jimmy Baseball. I mean, they remember him for a diving catch in the 2004 NLCS in Game 5.
I didn't even grow up a Cardinals fan. I can
he'd run into the walls making catches and things like that.
That was a usual thing for him.
No.
I'm sure you could look up top 10 Jim Edmonds catches, and there's
going to be all those types in there. I mean, heck, Jimmy Ryder, who played for the Gateway Grizzlies back in the day.
Yeah.
He had a famous moment, and I was there for it too, and I actually have a figurine of it.
Really?
Well, I don't know if it's still there, but I know I had one. It was actually really cool because he actually the wall at GCS in right field is actually only about 5 feet tall.
Oh, really?
So he actually leapt over to make a catch one time,
and
it was an out. He caught it.
But when he stood up, he was in the
he was in the
stands.
There's a lawn seating area out there. It's a general
really?
admission. I think it's $5 if you take your lawn chair and just sit in the grass.
For
those games. But no, it was $5. I don't know if they upped it, but no. Yeah, so he just leapt over the wall,
tumbled
into the grass area, and made the catch out.
That's awesome.
And that's what Jim. So he was kind of emulating Jim Edmonds there in a way.
Yeah. Oh,
and
man.
how appropriate they were both named Jim, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure we could pull up just dozens of
Jim Edmonds. Yeah,
Jim Edmonds catches.
So Marty Brodeur's number has been retired by New Jersey, which is the team he was with before he came to St. Louis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was kind of like Wayne Gretzky when he came to St. Louis. It was it was a big deal when he came and played for the Blues.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool because I've been watching some of that old stuff. Like the Monday Night Miracle. It was in the 80s.
Educate me.
Yeah, it was in the 80s. You'll have to watch it sometime. It was in the 80s. The Blues were playing. It was Game 5 of one of the playoff series, and where were we playing? Can't remember who we were playing. Oh, the Flames. We were playing Calgary, and Calgary ended up getting up. I want to say 4-1 at one point.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, in the third quarter, we scored 3 goals to force it to overtime.
Really?
And then Doug Wickenheiser, who was one of the best Blues of the 80s, scored the winning goal in overtime.
Really? To 5-4 victory?
5-4 overtime for the Blues.
Wow.
You'll have to watch it. It's so cool to watch.
That's
and
crazy.
There's a lot of good hits in there too. A lot of good
I've never heard
body
of that.
checks.
The Monday Night Miracle?
Yep. It's on YouTube.
Huh.
Somebody put it on YouTube. And
Not
actually added a score thing in there too because they didn't have it in the 80s.
Oh yeah,
like you know, the score ticker
on the bottom or
yeah,
on
no,
the top,
at the top
or wherever.
Yeah, they didn't have those in the 80s.
Yeah, that's so weird. Imagining watching a game without
that. I know, it's so weird.
Now you watch a game and you get like, you know, updated
news
stats
at the bottom, yeah,
and you know the score.
Definitely.
But
well, Timmy, I think it's
about that time.
Yeah, it's time to open it up for call-ins.
Yeah, we'll keep talking.
We'll keep talking sports though. I mean, we're having a really good show this week.
Yeah,
I'm loving it.
We got a lot to talk about. So, but
the number to call for call-ins is 314-977-1581. Again, 314-977-1581.
So, and
there we go, right on cue.
Yeah.
Hey,
Bobby?
Timmy, you get it.
I'll take this one.
Yep.
Hello there. You got Timmy Shagoo on BT Sports. What can I do for you?
Hey, Timmy.
How you doing?
Yeah, now. So I'm wondering what you think about Super Bowl results of last week.
As in,
Are you a scam fan or are you a Sheriff fan?
I'm a scam fan. We were talking about that earlier. I'm a scam fan through and through. Pre-game, I was rooting for scam. During the game, scam. Post-game, post-press conference, all scam.
I'm with you there.
And I think the Panthers, the Carolina Panthers, are my preseason, or I guess postseason favorite to win the Super Bowl next year. I'm calling it. Not that it's a bold prediction after going 15-1 in the regular season, but
they're ranked number one.
Yeah, it's not nothing out there, but scam's gonna lead them back, and they're going what? How many games would they play in the postseason? They're going 19-0 next year, hands down, calling it word for word. I'll put money on it. You heard it here first. You heard it here probably like 105th that the Panthers are gonna win.
Oh wow, who'd have thought?
What's your pre or postseason? Do you have any outlook on the upcoming NFL season? Not upcoming.
I'd stand with you on that one.
Panthers.
I like Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't argue with. You just can't argue with scam. You like what?
I like the youthful spirit.
Yeah.
Kinda.
He's got it. Cam is the future, and there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I think he's a good representation of millennial age and progressiveness. There's a big. Yeah, I think that's also why old white America hates him, but.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I would necessarily
disagree with that. I know.
Alrighty, fair enough. But
all right, yeah, I'll let you go.
All right, well, thank you for the call, and feel free to keep them coming.
I will.
Okay. Before we take another call, we're going to move on and talk about this story because I mentioned it on the Facebook post that I always make before the show.
Yeah.
This is an interesting thing. You know how they have the Winter Classic every year?
Yeah, in the outdoor.
Yeah, outdoor game. There is talk that the Blues and Blackhawks could play in Busch Stadium in 2017. I'm all for it, you know?
It'd be great to see a Blues do it, and it would be great to see them play
the Blackhawks. That would be fun to watch, and it'd be so cool to do a Winter Classic.
But yeah, I think I would be all for. I would. I mean, I'm sure the tickets are crazy expensive, but
I don't know. It might be
it'd be
manageable.
Fascinating to try to get to, you know?
Yeah, no, and Busch Stadium can do it. I mean, they hosted soccer matches in Busch Stadium.
Yeah.
New Busch, actually, too.
Like recently, I mean,
and
just this year they've had a couple.
Yeah,
at least last
Old Busch.
2015.
The St. Louis Cardinals football team played in Old Busch till they left St.
Oh,
Louis.
yeah?
And the Rams actually played there their first couple seasons in Old Busch.
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool.
I'm all for Busch being used for concerts, games, and things like that, you know?
Especially such a bitter, fascinating rivalry.
Yeah, it's not bitter. It's just, friendly. Cross town. Cross state, rather.
You want to
I'll
take
this one, Timmy.
Alrighty.
BT Sports, you got Bobby.
Hi, Bobby. Can I talk to Timmy?
Hey there, this is Timmy.
It's Nick. It's Nick.
Okay, that was a weird call-in.
That
was a pretty bizarre call-in there.
Yeah, don't really
know about that one, but no, that would be so cool to see an outdoor game between the Blues and the Blackhawks.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Imagine the viewership that would get.
Oh, man.
Imagine how much money all the TV companies would make off a game like that.
That'd be, I don't know. I'm trying to think in hockey, at least from my experience of hockey, that's the biggest rivalry. I'm sure,
Well,
there might be stronger
there's
ones.
other
but
ones,
at least
yeah.
for this, and definitely it's a bias because we're in St. Louis.
Right.
That would be the coolest one to see. But
I think Blackhawks fans would agree.
Oh yeah,
it'd be cool to see.
Yeah, those two, because I would imagine within those two cities, the Blackhawks,
there's factions
the Blues,
that want an outdoor game.
Yeah. No, that'd be a really cool thing.
That'd be awesome. Let's see.
But it wouldn't be until 2017 that they're looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not this year.
And some more Blues news, actually, while we're at it. Pietrangelo has been placed on the injured reserve due to a right knee injury. He'll be evaluated in 3 weeks. So 2 weeks from tomorrow, he'll be evaluated again.
Yeah.
And then Jaden Schwartz has been activated from the injured reserve as of Wednesday. And so he actually did end up playing Friday. And that's cool to have Jaden back.
Try to look to see. Well, we'll take this first.
Yeah, we'll take this and then we'll look
how we did.
Here. BT Sports, you got Bobby. Darth Vader called in. Another Darth Vader call again.
Seen that one before.
Yep, we've had Darth Vader calling before. No, I'm trying to think here. Yeah, he was injured in practice October 23rd when he slipped during a routine practice drill and collided with a net. Ouch.
That is.
He's expected to be sidelined for 12 weeks. But let's see. I'm still looking here for anything else. Yeah, he's been practicing since January 19th. Yeah, he did play Friday. He was expected to come back Friday night against the Panthers, and the Blues did beat the Panthers. Actually, they pulled off the win. Yeah, Schwartz was back. They won 5-3.
Always a good welcome back present.
Yeah, I know it's good.
Nice little victory.
And Schwartz actually got the second star of the game.
Oh yeah.
Did they do the 3 stars of the game? They do the third star, second star, and the first star. Schwartz had the second star, and
he had a goal and an assist.
Yeah, goal and an assist, and then Sanko had the first star of the game.
Yeah.
And that's cool. So Schwartz came back and he did that. If Statham hadn't won the thing, he would have been fireball for coming back and getting second star like that. That was pretty cool.
But it's tough to not.
I know. This was a week where we actually had a lot of competition for fireball.
We could have done
at least
Super Bowl MVP,
4 people.
Super Bowl winners.
We could have done at least 4 people. And speaking of one of those people that got honorable mention, Jackie Kempf, guard for the women's team. She was selected to the College Sports Information Directors of America all district academic team.
With reason, leading the girls team to.
Yeah, she's doing good, and she carries a 3.947 grade point average in business administration here. Timmy, let me ask you something. 3.947.
I don't want to talk about my grades right now, but
that's much
better than what I'm doing.
And same here too. You know. I'm worried about it getting into the Communication Honor Society in the fall. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not also balancing a Division I sport and excelling at it.
That's amazing. How I have a lot of respect for athletes. I mean, you gotta remember, I was with a team for 3 seasons. Okay.
Yeah.
2 teams actually for 3 seasons. You know?
It's a lot of effort.
It's a lot of effort. Put in a lot of work. Even with just filming, it's a lot of effort.
Oh yeah, because you got
That's the reason why I got senior night acknowledgement was because
you put in the work.
Right, exactly. And at times I feel like I worked harder than some of the people on the team.
Yeah, I mean, just because you're not on the court doesn't mean
you don't work hard.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I had to, edit the video, do the highlight reels.
And you're there. It's not, you always have to be there.
Yeah, you always have
to time commitment.
Yeah. No, I mean, I have a lot of respect for athletes. I mean, I wasn't technically a student athlete, but at the same time, I was part of the team
in the program,
and I was still under the whole athletic code of conduct.
Yeah.
So I still had to obey the athletic code of conduct and all that hoopla.
No, to be able to do that and
balance everything is amazing.
And she'll be on the ballot for Academic All-American later this month.
I know.
So we will definitely keep you guys updated on that.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take this one, Timmy.
Yeah, you got it.
BT Sports, this is Bobby. Yellow. Okay, that was a dead call. Right. Another dead call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happens every now and then.
Yeah, a little bit of dead air there, but that's okay. And then the other where's the link? I'm trying to find the link here. Oh, okay, let's look at the softball preview here.
Mm-hmm.
The softball has been tabbed for an A10 runner-up finish, even though I was at a game where they got introduced.
Yeah.
And their coach said they're going to go all the way this year.
Really?
They're going to win the A10.
Really?
And let's hope they do.
Yeah, bold statement.
Bold prediction, Cotton.
Let's see if it pays off. Yeah.
If you haven't seen Dodgeball, see it. That's where the quote's from. I'll go ahead and Timmy, you go ahead and take this one.
You don't.
No, you can go ahead and take it.
I'll take this one. You got the next. BT Sports. This is Timmy. How can I help you?
Right.
Okay, another dud.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. No, that's pretty interesting that softball coaches have done that. Fordham's a near unanimous pick for the top spot, collecting 9 of 10 first place. That's going to be interesting to see.
With a total of 98 points, St. Louis with 86.
So it's close.
Yeah.
They're close, so it could actually be interesting. And they've already had their opening indoor stuff out there. Opening day,
girls,
the
softball.
girls. So opening day, which was released on the 13th, so that would have been
12th.
Friday's stuff.
Yeah.
They split the games.
Mm-hmm.
They split, so they lost their first, lost to Drake the first, and then the second game of the doubleheader was against Northern Iowa, and they won.
They managed just one hit, a 2-double out by Mackenzie Peter.
A 2-out double by
in
Peter,
the first game. And held scoreless with only one hit.
Yeah, and then
came back.
And then game 2, they actually went their pitcher went the distance.
Yeah.
Wait, or did she? I don't see. Yeah. Maddie Ballman went the distance.
And then do you want to take this one?
Yeah, no one runs 6 hits. Yep, go ahead. BT Sports, this is Bobby.
Can I talk to Timmy?
This is Timmy.
I'm going to put a hole in your throat.
Another threat. The FBI, start tracing our calls, please.
Maybe we're not as popular as we once thought.
Yeah, I know. Maybe people are putting a target on our backs.
Getting too popular.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, though, but so we split opening day, but then day 2 of the tournament, they won both games. They won against Western Illinois and South Dakota State.
Led by
none other than Allie McFarland.
Jumbo. Normally the drum roll comes before.
I know, it should come before. Yeah. Let's see. Allie delivered in game 1. Alex Nickel. Yeah, it's interesting. 2-0 Western Illinois. Then St. Louis pulled even when Alex Nickel hit a 2-run. Leathernecks regained the lead in their half. The third was an unearned run, so I guess a pass ball or something by the catcher. Billikens took a 5-3 lead in the 5th by utilizing the lawn ball. Emma Buckles led off with a home run, and Allie McFarland delivered 2-out, 2-run blast, and 3 insurance runs in the 7th. McFarland came through 2 outs again, clubbing a 2-run double.
And finished the game with 6 RBIs.
I know. Actually, the whole day.
The day was 6 RBIs.
And she ended up having 2 hits in game 1, 2 hits. And then game 2, she knocked in 2 more with a single.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But you got this one?
BT Sports, this is Bobby.
Hey, Bobby, this is Tom.
Oh, hey.
How's it going?
It's going good.
BT Sports goes international.
I wanted to talk to you guys about NCAA basketball. I haven't really heard anything on that topic.
Oh, we're getting to it. We're still talking about some softball stuff right now because that season's kind of starting up. We're kind of transitioning. There's quite a bit of stuff in basketball to still talk about. SLU's been doing, women's has been doing hot. Men's has lost their last 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, SLU's men's team is pretty weak this year.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily weak, but at the same time, I'd say, it's a young team. They still got a little bit of work to do. Remember, whenever Cruz was having winning seasons, it was with all of Rick Majerus' recruits. So this is probably the first all Cruz team we've seen.
What's your opinion on the Dayton Flyers team this year?
I'm actually not the Dayton expert too much, but I can say, Dayton is doing pretty good. Timmy's looking up the A10 standings right now.
Yeah, I've got them pegged for a first-round exit.
A first-round exit? Ooh, that'll be interesting. Yeah, I don't even think Billikens are going to make the tournament.
A first-round exit, Tommy?
Yeah, that's just my opinion, though.
We'll see.
Would you agree with that, Timmy?
Personally, I got them winning it all. But again,
That's pretty bold.
Personal opinion. We'll see how it pans out.
Biased.
Pretty biased?
Yeah.
Who do you got winning it all?
I mean, if they come in any contact at all with the North Carolina Tar Heels, I don't see it going too well for them.
Two different teams.
Yeah, I mean, but if they play each other, and then they're
if the Flyers come across the Tar Heels will win. I'll say that. But if the Flyers come across, when the Flyers play SLU again, My money's on Dayton. Let's just stick with that. That way I can feel confident in my decision.
Love it.
But,
wait, so who do you guys have winning the tournament?
I'll give my opinion, then hand you over to Bobby. But right now, I don't even know. I would say it's a little early. I couldn't pick a team to win it. Are you picking the Tar Heels?
Of course.
Yeah. Are you a big Tar Heels fan?
No, it's kind of an unbiased opinion.
I don't know. All right, whatever.
Clearly, have the most talent of anyone in the entire nation.
Oh, is that so? Here, I'll hand you to Mr. Robert and see what he's got to say.
Please do.
Yeah, and I'm with Timmy on this one too. It's still really early. We're still in the early February. The tournament doesn't start until March, and we're actually they haven't even released the brackets yet. And
well, of course not. The season's not over.
Yeah, I know. And I mean,
you
I
guys
really
are the experts, though.
being a meteorology major, I have really a lot of homework and a lot of difficult homework at that. So following basketball is kind of a little bit difficult at times for me. But I'm with Timmy. I really can't pick a team right now. I can't put my finger on a team at this point. It's still really hard to tell.
All right, boys.
But I'll tell you what. I'll come back next week, and we'll have a NCAA basketball segment where we'll come up with our favorites, and we'll have a more in-depth analysis on it. How does that sound?
That sounds great. Make sure it's in depth because it's tough to follow over in Europe.
Oh, we'll keep you updated.
I look forward to it.
All right. You have a great night.
All right, you too, guys.
Yeah, good call there, Timmy. It would be night over there right now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what, probably like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, where is he again?
He's in Spain.
Spain?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about Greenwich Mean Time, Zulu time right now. So what's Zulu time?
That'd be 6.
No, it's more like it's just shy of 10 o'clock.
It'd be 6 hours.
Yeah, 6 hours ahead. So yeah, it's just about Zulu time. So maybe more like 5.
Yeah.
You get the idea.
But
I'll go ahead and take it.
Alrighty.
BT Sports. This is Bobby.
Oh, hello. Is this Burger King?
No, this is Patrick. Okay, that's the end of that one. If my sister's listening, that one was for you.
Some pop culture references.
Yeah. No, this is Patrick. And if somebody does it again, I'm gonna start screaming it. Okay, we're gonna move on to kind of an offbeat story here. It's a local story though. It's local to St. Louis. Mm-hmm. There's a game between who is this? The game was Marissa versus Lebanon, and those are kind of two really small towns in Illinois. Lebanon's actually where McKendree is, where Statham coaches.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then Marissa's a little bit further south.
Yeah.
It's a really small town. I mean, it is so small. Like CM played them a couple years ago.
Yeah.
We took it to them. I think we won 70-30 or something like that.
Really?
We took it to them.
Wow.
Anyway, though, so what happened? It was funny. Yeah. What happened was the longest halftime speech of Scott Wine's coaching career started the night of January 26th, and it will finally end Thursday. It was interesting. Midway through the game, in halftime, he tried to tell his players how they could overcome a 20-10 deficit, but they didn't have the chance that night. The electricity at Lebanon and the surrounding area went out at halftime, so the school had to suspend the game. And the game ended up being played at 6 p.m. Last Thursday.
Yeah.
But a power outage causing the game to be suspended. Think about that. It's very offbeat and very unusual. But with Ameren, what do you expect?
They canceled the rest of the half and then just said, well,
they'll pick up the game another time. And that's happened before too. Football, we got suspended one time due to lightning.
Yeah, and then you just got to replay
the next day we played.
But all right, this is BT Sports. You got Timmy. How can I help you?
Hola, Timmy. Es que entiendo que hablas español y quiero hablar de los deportes, ¿no? ¿Quieres hablar sobre los deportes?
Deportes is sports.
Sí, los deportes. Y entiendo que a ti te gustan los deportes. Pero la verdad es que tú no puedes hablar español, así que quiero hablar español contigo para poder hablar de los deportes.
Sí.
¿Sí? ¿Tú quieres?
Sí.
Que joder, macho. Es imposible.
I apologize here. I hate to say neither one of us can understand the Spanish language, but we're more than happy to take an English call. We apologize about that.
Yeah.
If anybody out there speaks Spanish that's listening and they would care to call in with the translate for us,
yeah,
we would be more than happy to
Yeah, I mean, the coach
to answer the question.
Back to the story about the power outage. Scott Wine said it was a power outage in the whole area, so we've got to go back and pick up where we left off. He'd never seen anything like that. And like I said, we've never been suspended due to power outage, but we've been suspended due to lightning before.
Yeah.
My junior year, we played out at Modern Day Catholic High School, which is in Breeze, Illinois. And Breeze is about 45 minutes east of Bethalto. Yeah. Oh, more like southeast anyway. We had to go south and then east. We had a lightning storm that came in. I want to say about second quarter.
Yeah.
Near the end of the second quarter, we had not power outage. Dolly. We had we had lightning that came in, and then they ended up just rescheduling the game for the next day.
Really? So, which sometimes can be. It
can be tough, and we did end up losing. But Modern Day, we never really can beat.
Really?
Basketball, we can come close. Well, yeah, they are bigger than us, even though they're 4A like we are in football.
Yeah.
But we've kind of replaced them with Marquette Catholic, which is more local and more our size.
Yeah.
Because in Illinois, they apply a multiplier to private schools' populations.
Oh, yeah.
Like their population for purposes of IHSA is multiplied times 1.2, I think is multiplier.
In order to, quote unquote, compensate for
the fact private schools can recruit.
Public. Yeah.
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 I actually wrote a piece about this when I was sports editor for the paper about how, they need to really change the policy and either make Catholic schools compete, move Catholic schools into a different class.
And see, I'm not a fan of that. I'm all for the. I get that there is oftentimes
right. Well, like I said, Modern Day was much bigger than we are. I mean, they're probably about 1.5 times Bethalto's size. Marquette is more our size and our skill level.
Yeah,
Marquette always has been. I mean, we played them back. We played them long ago.
Really,
and we just renewed the rivalry. I want to say my senior year, year, and then the year after I graduated, we renewed the rivalry.
Yeah,
we played them in the '80s all the time.
See, Bobby, you got this one.
BT Sports. This is Bobby.
Avine.
Okay, we keep getting international calls here. The people speaking tons.
But it's not English.
It's not English for speaking tons. It's not. We don't have the Holy Spirit. We can't. We can't understand tons.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of a real offbeat there. But yeah, no, Marquette.
No, I like that story though.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Another local story. We had that historic flooding not too long ago.
Just over break?
Yeah, just over break, actually. Yeah. It was any rise we came back to SLU.
Mm-hmm.
Soccer park over in Eureka, I think it is. Fenton. It's Fenton. And Fenton is, you go west on Interstate 44 from here. Fenton's just about a mile or two past Interstate 270. Is
okay.
Fenton. There used to be a big Chrysler plant there that they've since demolished.
It sounds familiar. I know I've heard of Fenton.
It's on the way to Six Flags. If you ever go to Six Flags.
Okay, I'm sure I've driven past it or something. Something along.
If you've gone west on 44, you probably have.
Yeah, along the Merrimack.
44 parallels the Merrimack.
Okay.
Actually, no, it crosses the Merrimack. My bad. It doesn't parallel. It crosses the Merrimack.
But it's right along.
That's why the soccer park here in Fenton flooded.
Mm-hmm.
And it's they're coming back here. Let's see. Suffered losses that could top the $1 million mark.
Wow. I mean, it's already February 14th. It's a while past that too.
I know, and they're working on getting it restored. Yeah, and that's where STL FC plays, St. Louis FC.
Oh,
the
really?
Professional soccer team. Yeah.
Oh wow. So it's decently sized. Must be a pretty big.
They're working on. They're collecting tax deductible donations to help with some of the costs.
Yeah.
And the community is really helping out with that. And that's like I said, that's what I love about St. Louis.
Mm-hmm. Come together and
they come together and really help out
local, business or local whatever it may be.
Like after the Good Friday tornado, St. Louis pitched in and really donated and helped volunteer with time and clean up.
Really.
That's the other thing about the St. Louis community. Anytime a disaster happens, they're always there helping people out.
Yeah.
And that's kind of that's kind of what pushes me to be a meteorologist.
Really?
Not only am I on the air telling you what to do, but I'm always in the community helping out whenever I can.
Yeah, no, that's actually really, I don't know, kind of a neat.
And at the same time, that's what it's all about,
reasoning. Yeah.
My favorite part of it is the public outreach aspect and teaching the public about meteorology.
Yeah.
That's what I love about being a meteorology major.
Yeah, and something you're passionate about, something.
Exactly. I mean, and I understand it, and I can translate it into layman's terms for everybody.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it.
You do that. Help. You do that with me.
Exactly. I'll go ahead and take it.
Yeah, you got this one.
BT Sports, this is Bobby.
Hey, Bobby, can I talk to Tim?
Hello, this is Tim.
Tim, am I on the air, man?
You are being broadcast. Do you have any any words that you'd like to state? Any like verbal? Oh,
okay. Darth Vader actually talked this time.
Yeah, if we can match up that voice with.
I know.
Figure out who's behind the mask.
Yeah, moving to baseball real quick. Just a quick story about SLU baseball. Mm-hmm. They're the preseason favorite in the A10 coaches poll. St. Louis baseball, I know.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
Something else we got to go watch as a baseball game.
Yeah, add that to the list.
I know. We're gonna be working on that list.
We're gonna have a busy busy sports semester.
That's what it's all about, though. You know, that's why we do a sports show. We need to go see games and then come on the air and talk about them. Like I go to a game, I always talk about, and I take notes of the game and
actually be able to discuss, what we saw, maybe, analyze a little.
Right, yeah, exactly.
No, I'd be all for that. Especially,
and that's what's
all
about.
We need to sit down, plan out. Like we were kind of doing that today.
Yeah, we need to start planning stuff here.
And bookmark it.
Yeah, and actually it's really cool over to some basketball now that we can, now that we're moving on to that.
Yeah.
Billikens lost to St. Bonaventure on a heartbreaker buzzer beater. It was tied 62-62 with, I want to say 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
I'm looking here. Hold on a second. It was... Ran the clock down to 5... Here we go. Yeah, Crawford tied the game with 16 seconds left when he went to the basket after getting a pass from Bishop. On the ensuing possession, however, St. Bonaventure ran the clock down to 5, and Marcus Posley found Adams, who buried the game-winning three-pointer from the right wing. It was a heartbreaker.
At the buzzer,
yeah. And I've been on both sides of that, too. And it's just,
winning and losing.
Yeah.
They're heartbreaking,
It's heartbreaking if you lose. It's awesome if you win.
Yeah, because, you take away 10 seconds from that game, and it's a tie game that goes into overtime and completely different.
I know.
Whereas, all it takes is that one shot, they hit it, and game over.
I know, and that's just, it's sad, how that happened. I'll go ahead and take
this one?
Yep.
Alrighty.
BT Sports, this is Bobby.
I'm going to start this.
Okay. There's another crank call. Okay, I feel like Bart Simpson is listening to our show or something because of all the crank calls we're getting.
We're getting a lot of them today.
I know. We're not Moe's Tavern, okay?
Got a couple talks.
Yeah. Richmond rallied against the Billikens. When was this? Wednesday at 7. The Billikens played Richmond and then played here. Richmond came here to St. Louis, and it wasn't good. What happened? The Billikens lost 67-53.
Better than the better than the most recent one, but
yeah. And then moving on to women's lost at St. Bonaventure 80-59, even though Kemp scored a career high 28. It's sad, But they're still 8-3 overall, 8-3 in the conference, my bad, and an 18-6 overall.
Yeah.
So they're still off to a great start.
Oh, still playing awesome. I mean, they're still, I think, second right now in the A10.
Are they second in the A10?
I want to say, but
we can figure.
Sure.
We can do it. And they're hosting Davidson here tomorrow at 11 a.m. when we're all in class.
Yeah, right.
I hate how they get the shaft all the time for that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then St. Louis played VCU here and lost pretty badly, 85-52.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Yeah, it was bad. And then it was so bad that the Post-Dispatch wrote a story about it, and there's a picture in there of Cruz scratching his head, and I'm sitting here going, he's pretty much face-palming.
Yeah. Do you want to read the article title?
Yeah, it says, Sloppy Slews is big at VCU. Wait, was it at? Oh, they were in Richmond, my bad. Yeah. They weren't here. They were at Richmond when they played VCU. My fault. There's
Sloppy Slew.
Sloppy Slew, I know.
That sums up.
A lot of alliteration there.
Yeah, that could be their new tag.
Moving on to some Cardinal news, and that's probably going to be our last story of the day. There's already some people down in Florida already starting up, and pitchers and catchers don't even have to report yet, and there's already a lot of people down there in Jupiter just warming up and getting ready. Matt Holliday has been playing first base. He's been looking at,
Moved over to first?
He's not moved over to first, but they're kind of, training him on first.
Trying him out.
That way, he could play first in a pinch if he had to. I mean, hey, we had an infielder, Felipe Lopez, back few years back. He pitched one time.
Really?
Because I think it was a 14 or 15 inning game, and they ran out, and the bullpen, got empty.
It was empty.
Yeah, and so they had Felipe Lopez pitch, and I'm just sitting there laughing.
Oh man!
And I think we ended up winning that game actually with Felipe Lopez. He was an infielder pitching.
He probably got the save then, or got the win.
Yeah, he may have gotten the win because there wouldn't be a save at that point.
Yeah, if they were.
What was that? Got some crackling in our headsets here.
I don't know if that's our cue. It's 4 o'clock or
what.
But
no, that's pretty interesting though. The holidays learning first. I mean, hey, you've got Matt Carpenter, who's a utility guy. He can play any position. It's really cool. It's really exciting.
Yeah. But
yeah, it could be interesting to see what happens with that. We'll keep you updated on that as spring training progresses. 3 days till pitchers and catchers report.
And we'll definitely have a segment on that next week.
Oh, we will. So I guess that's going to be it for this week's edition of BT Sports. So I'm Bobby Stillwell.
Timothy Paul Shagru.
And we will see you next week at 3.
All right.